Hi everyone, my name is Leanne and today I'm bringing you a currently reading video where I'm going to be telling you about the 3 books that I've got on the go at the moment. Before I get into telling you about those books, I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that I haven't been making as many videos as I normally do recently, and there's a couple of reasons for that. I think first of all, my mental health has just been a little bit fragile. I know I'm in a very lucky and privileged position with my situation in lockdown with COVID-19. I know I'm in a very fortunate position, but my mental health has been quite wobbly of recently, and sitting down in front of a camera and then editing it is just, it wasn't appealing to me as much as it usually does, but I am feeling a little bit better today, so I thought I would sit down and talk to you guys. I also wanted to give some space in people's subscription feeds to devote more time to creators that might be new to them. Obviously a lot of people in the booktube community, creators and viewers alike, are subscribing to black booktubers that they weren't familiar with before, and that's fantastic. It is unfortunate that it took a situation like someone being murdered for us to recognise the importance of having a diverse and inclusive subscription feed. But when a lot of us are subscribing to new creators for the first time, I wanted to make sure people had more time to focus on those creators and find creators that aligned with their reading tastes. I'm going to leave the Black Booktubers playlist linked down below, but I'm also going to leave some links to booktubers who I think, if you like the kind of books I talk about, the genres of books I talk about, the style of books I talk about, you might really like their channels as well. And I'm also going to leave lots of links to resources, articles, petitions that I have learned from, that I've signed, that I've found of interest recently that you might find interesting and helpful as well. Now on to the books, and I guess following on from that, one of the things that I've read recently that I have found really informative is How to Be Anti-Racist. This is a really powerful and empathetic non-fiction book that teaches you a lot about why it's not enough to just not be racist. You need to be actively anti-racist, actively pushing against the societal structures that have created inequality and power imbalances. The author is an incredible teacher and an incredible storyteller. He draws on experiences from his own life which help to illustrate the wider points that he's making. I'm almost finished this one. I only have about 2 or 3 chapters left. I've just read a couple of chapters that are about sort of intersectionality and what it is like to be, say, a black woman, and there's a chapter on what it's like to be queer and black, and how he wasn't the best ally he could possibly be to people who have different experiences of blackness than he does, who have experiences of blackness that intersect with other marginalized experiences, and how he learns to be a better ally to those people. I'm learning a lot from this book, and I think it's a really incredible resource that I would really recommend anyone to read. I'm also reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This book is just so far superbly written. I'm about 1/3 of the way through it and I would like to finish it today. It is about a pair of twin sisters in America who run away when they are teenagers, and their lives go off in 2 different paths. 10 years later, one of these sisters is back in the hometown that she tried to run away from, and the other sister is married and passing as white. Her husband doesn't know that she is actually black. And this story follows what happens when these 2 women's daughters, their lives intersect. Love books about sisterhood, about generations of women. I think this is a really important book that a lot of people should be reading at the moment. I think it tells a really incredible story. As I said, only 1/3 of the way through so far, but I'm really, really enjoying it. And a book that I have just started, as in I'm only a couple of chapters into this, is Ayesha at Last by Uzma Jalaluddin. I thought this would be quite a light, easy breezy read, so I started reading it last night, but actually the font in it is really, really small, so it's actually like a lot longer than it looks. So I didn't get quite as far through it last night as I thought I would, but I don't have any sort of major thoughts on it so far because I am so early on in it. But this is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice from a sort of modern Muslim perspective. I really wanted to read more romance fiction this year, so I think this is one that I will really enjoy. So that's it, they are all the books that I'm currently reading. Do leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, or let me know what you are currently reading. I'd love to hear from you. I'd really encourage you to check out some of the links that I've left down below in the description if you haven't already. I hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I will talk to you in my next video.